Hello, 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 welcome back. Today we are doing another movie review. And today we're going to be reviewing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That is a mouthful. I give it hell okay, and I give it 3.5 stars out of 5. So some non-spoiler talk wise, I saw the originals when I was a kid and it never really stuck with me, so I can't say that I'm a die-hard Planet of the Apes fan. So I only recently just watched the new trilogy of last one for this one, and I actually really enjoyed that series. Frankly, I gave all 3 movies, I think, 4 stars to almost 5 stars. That's how much I enjoyed them. That being said, I think it showcased Caesar's legacy pretty good. He always was referenced, or there was always some sort of reference to him, whether it be his philosophy, apes don't kill apes, apes drawn together, so forth, so forth. It was interesting to see how the apes would come to their own interpretations of Caesar's words and ideologies, so that I really enjoyed. Story-wise though, to me, it felt like you took the last 3 movies and then started to reverse it. I don't know if that's gonna make sense. It will probably make sense if you saw it. Now, you might not feel the same way, but that's how I felt. I don't know if I like the direction I think it's going in. I could completely have like a change of mind once I see it, and if what I'm thinking actually happens, it may not happen. You never know. I'm just jumping to conclusions. Hi! I am trying to film. Alright, we could stay up here. I'll get the tail out of the camera. That being said, however, I'm not entirely opposed to it just basically repeating the same kind of story, but I would like it to venture out. I think there's a lot of opportunities and a lot of different ways you could tell and expand upon this universe and story, especially given that there's such a large... My cat is moving the camera! Oh my god! I can't do that! You're gonna get hurt! I don't want you getting hurt. Can't do that. So you purr as I reprimand you. So what I'm basically saying is that the story didn't entirely feel fresh to me. It felt like it was recycled material put into this movie. So I would like it to basically venture out and take its own, build its own, expand upon its own universe that we already have. She's changing the lights on me now. Acting wise, Freya Allen was really good. I think she's going to be in one of my top 3 favorite humans. I am doing something, mama. I have to do a rewatch, but I think she's going to be in my top 3. Right now it's sitting at Clark, Miller, she's Nova, and then Harrelson, for all various different reasons. Her character was very interesting. Also, I wish it expanded upon her more, but I foresee things will be built upon further, so we'll go from there. Owen Teague as Noah did pretty damn good. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone's going to live up to Andy Serkis. He's a motion capture god, in my opinion. He's like the king of it. So I don't think anyone's going to be able to top his level yet. You never know. Owen really upheld and I think gave a really good performance as Noah. As for Proximus Caesar, played by Kevin Durant, I thought he could have been a little bit more ruthless. I wish we saw him a little bit more, but it was an interesting villain. And then I gotta give a shout out because I love Maurice, the orangutan from the previous trilogy. So I love any of the orangutans that end up in this movie. And we have one, and that is Raka, played by Peter McCoon. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. I really enjoyed Raka's character as well. I love the orangutans in these films. They're just, I don't know, soft and sweet. And anyway, overall, I think it's a good continuation. I'm curious to see where it's going to lead to. I feel like it's going to lead to something, and I'm hoping it doesn't take the direction that I'm thinking it's going in. But if it does, I'm along here for the ride. I'm ready for this journey to see what happens. Visual effects were also fantastic. Each time every movie comes out, the VFX just keeps getting better and better, and it's insane. Shout out to the VFX team. Y'all are killing it on it. It looks gorgeous. That's all I have for non-spoilers. Definitely think you should check it out. You don't necessarily need to see the trilogy before you see this because it does give you a little recap. I do recommend you watch the trilogy before so you can see the world expand. If you saw it, leave a comment and let me know what you thought about it. Did you think it lived up to the trilogy beforehand? Did you think were you let down by it? As always, I would appreciate it if you like, comment, subscribe, follow. My links are always in my link tree. I'm always up to date on my Instagram and letterboxd accounts mainly, so if you want to follow me there, it's also at XOXOSunbun. If you want to check those out, I will appreciate that. My next review, The Strangers Part 1. Very interested. Long story short, I remember when the first original Strangers came out and all the talk and scare about it and how scary it was, and I just remember all the hype about it when it came out, and I at the time was terrified of horror movies, so I never saw horror movies and I only watched it as an adult, and I was like, why are people overreacting about this? This is what? This is just America, honey. Anyway, I'm excited to see this remake or reboot of it. Reboot? Remake? I don't know. Continuation? Something. I'm interested to see how it's gonna go, but no one's gonna ever live up to my Liv Tyler. That's my homegirl right there. Anyway, so make sure you follow me so you can watch that when it comes out. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, so now we're going to talk some spoilers. So I'm going to talk mainly about how I feel and what I feel the movie is going to be heading in direction-wise. I won't give too many details away, but mainly that since we find out that Nova/May can speak and fully has their ability to speak, and there's a whole colony of humans, and her mission basically was to get this satellite device, and now we're getting back to the humans being able to reconnect to other humans. And now I'm like, oh, are we backtracking? So we're reversing what we just all did. And that's kind of why I'm like, that's where I'm unsure about. I'm unsure of like if that's the direction that it's going in, where it's like the humans are gonna be, which I mean, yes, the humans have been trying to bring back order and restore humanity, but it's like, bro, at this point you got up. You just kind of have to accept it. Like, apes control the world. It's been 300 years at this point. Not for nothing. The bunker at the end didn't seem like any apes would be there. You know what I mean? I personally don't like if it's heading in that direction where it's like humans are gonna take back, woo! You know, we're gonna kill all the apes, woo! No, like, I don't want that happening. Like, I can already see how the story is gonna play out if it does take that route. So that's my only thing where I'm just like, it's a me thing. I guess I'm thinking ahead. I don't know what the directors and the writers and producers see for their future. I could be entirely wrong about this and be completely surprised. Like I said earlier, I just feel personally that the apes and the humans should coexist, just like what Caesar wanted, you know? Like, it specifically, especially if you saw the movie at the end, when you have Noah and May talking, and when Noah said that Proximus Caesar said not to trust humans, that he was right, but also he's thinking about Rocca's words, you know, and he has the symbol of Caesar that Rocca gave him as a reminder of what Caesar believed in, you know. He gives it to May, and you see like May the whole time thinking, going back and forth between not trusting apes, not trusting apes, so forth. And Noah, in the same way, doesn't know how to, he's not Caesar at the end of the day, you know. He just wants to have a place for his family. That's what Caesar wanted too, a place for his family to exist in the world. And now I'm like, oh, are we going to backtrack on all of that? I don't want that happening. I want to see Caesar's vision happen. That's for the future. That's totally me speculating and my wants. That's my biggest thing about it as to why I gave it 3.5 stars and why I'm going to have to rewatch it to completely form my opinion. Otherwise, I thoroughly enjoyed each character, though I will say we could have totally done without William H. Macy's character. I just felt he was completely unnecessary at the end of the day and took up way too much time. It was a very long movie that you could have cut down quite a bit. I thought it was really interesting to see how over these 300 years the apes would interpret Caesar's message and ideologies. That was very interesting because you could see the different dynamics of those who, for example, in Noah's clan, they don't talk about Caesar. He's basically non-existent to them. And then you have the opposite, Proximus Caesar, who knows about Caesar but is completely twisting Caesar and his beliefs into his own beliefs, personal beliefs. There's that interesting dynamic where they're using violence on apes, on each other. And that's not something that Caesar believed in. Another thing, Caesar didn't believe in killing and torturing humans, and that's what this group was doing too. Then you have the ones like Rocca, who listened to what Caesar actually was saying and believed in what Caesar was saying and understood and wants to continue to spread that message. That's why I loved Rocca so much, because it just reminded me so much of the previous trilogies. It brought that back in for me, and it kept reminding me of, Caesar saying, "We are strong together." I cried. I was like, why did Rocca have to die? That literally broke my heart. I literally cried. I think I actually cried 3 times in this film, but I was just like, why? And I really thought the eagles were really cool. Honestly, I thought that was a really cool. That's what I wanted to say. My letterboxd review originally. I remember I wanted to say, oh, the eagles are doing something right for once, because they, helped kill. Why do I keep forgetting his name? Proximus Caesar. That's why I keep forgetting his name. Proximus Caesar. He deserves to be dead just for naming himself that, honestly. So, rest in piss, Bozo. Oh my god. Alright. So that's all I got for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Oh my gosh, it's still a mouthful to say. My next review, like I said earlier, is going to be The Strangers, so make sure you follow and subscribe so you can check that out and get notified when I upload it. I'm excited about that. I probably shouldn't be too excited. I'm not getting my hopes up high, but I'm very curious to see how it's gonna go. So that will be my next review. As always, I will appreciate it if you like, follow, comment, subscribe. My links are in my link tree down below. And as always, I will see you in the next one, and have a good one.